and welcome back to another episode of FoxyNoTail's Minecraft Outfit. No, that's not what I say anymore. Every time.
Words are difficult. Words are difficult. How many times do I got to tell you this, that words are difficult?
Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on the Truly Bedrock Survival Realm. And yes, your eyes aren't deceiving you. That is a Mr. Lizard here on top of this weird waffle-shaped grass thing that we've got going on. We are making a passive mob farm. I know in a recent video I said I was hoping to wait until the Wither Rose update came out, but I can't help myself. We need to get a passive mob farm done, and we've got a really good idea. I actually talked about it in my latest live stream day, and yeah, we need another row. Oh, you've got it. Yeah, we've come up with a very good idea, haven't we, Slack?
Yeah, we've taken more or less the concept of the top of the mob farm and built it over here in a new section above land. And fly. Whoo. It's
basically the exact same concept as our main mob farm. But look, we've got a sheep up here already, Slack. It's the exact same concept as our hostile mob farm, but just one layer thick. So it's really, really simple. And below us, what we're going to have is basically a long fall down, some water streams, and a renamed Vindicator at the bottom, renamed to Johnny, so he will kill everything for us. He'll be standing on hoppers. Hopefully all of the items will end up in the hoppers, and we will be rich in passive mob stuff. Now, the test that I didn't actually include Johnny or the hoppers. I did it all on magma blocks, but we had a few issues with baby chickens not dying on the magma blocks, which took up the passive mob cap and reduced the rates a little bit. So we're hoping this way it'll be a little bit slower due to the water, but it should be 100% efficient-ish.
Maybe. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Now, I don't know whether placing those torches there like that will actually reduce the number of spawning spaces. I'm pretty confident that animals will spawn on blocks that have a torch on. I think they will, but I don't know. We need to do testing. If they won't, we still need to... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Pause, Loy.
That's...
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. If they won't, then what we can do is add lighting above, but we do need it to be light because the mobs will need a certain light level to spawn in, and when it gets nighttime, if we don't, we'll also get hostile mobs, which isn't the end of the world, but if we get hostile mobs up here, that's just a whole new level of things that we've got to deal with. We just want passive mobs. That's all we want. We just want cows, sheep, pigs, chickens, that sort of thing. And mainly for their meat, and then secondary, the wool as well. So we should hopefully get horses up here as well. Although I don't know if horses will spawn in the biome we are in.
I'm not too sure on that one either. I'm not too sure if they will or not. That'll be a lot of... That'd be more leather.
It would, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason we're only doing this one block thick of grass rather than on our mob farm design, which is 10 layers thick, is because if we do this more than one layer thick, animals will spawn on the lower level grass blocks, but they just spawn with no AI. For whatever reason, they spawn and just don't move, which means they're not going to fall off, which means they take up the passive mob cap, which is obviously going to break the farm. So we're just going to do this one layer thick, which is fine. And in creative tests I've done, that should be the equivalent of around about, if we did this 64 by 64 blocks across, which at the minute it's 32 by 32, but if we did it the full size, it should be about between 1,500 and 1,700 drops per hour, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all for a farm that's literally going to be thrown together very, very quickly. I mean, yeah, this is going really, really quick.
Yeah. It's very, very quick to build. The only thing we're going to struggle with is getting a Johnny and getting him in place. But other than that, it's going to be relatively simple. The only other thing to note about this, just like with our mob farm, if you haven't seen our mob farm, it needs building high up in the air so that you don't load the ground below you and therefore load any passive mobs on the ground below, because then you won't get any up here. So we're building this above chunks that have never been loaded before, so we should get plenty of animals loaded up here. Okay, we've added in the top section at the moment. At the moment, you'll notice there aren't any animals falling down. That's because A, we're too far away from it, and B, if we look at our tag list, there are lots of other players online as well, which will be taking up the passive mob cap. That's absolutely fine. It's to be expected. I have done a quick test in creative to make sure it's going to work. Did a quick world download, and it will. which is good. So now what we're doing is we're actually creating a platform where water is going to be pushing out from the sides towards the middle, which is going to push all of the animals towards, well, the animals, all their drops, I guess, because they'll fall in water. I was going to say they might take fall damage, but they won't. But yeah, they will get flushed towards Johnny in the middle. Hang on. Right. Okay, so Slack and I have finished doing the main part of the collection system. As you can see, it's very, very basic. Just some water streams pushing down towards the centre. We've finished doing the top part where the animals are going to spawn, although you can't really see because I'm inside the scaffolding at the minute. I'm just trying to get to a decent point to hop out. There we go. This is where the AFK platform's going to be. And that is pretty much it. The only thing we need to do now is actually the killing part, which we said we were going to put Johnny the Vindicator in there, but Slack's also had another idea, which is not a bad idea. Do you want to talk me through it, Slack? I'm going to be a cow.
Okay. Well, Foxy the cow here can demonstrate here. If we were to just simply take these 4 blocks right here where the lanterns are, place. Okay, you don't have to move no more.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
All right. So if we were to take these 4 blocks right here, just come up a few blocks in the air, put some hoppers up there, some hopper mine carts. You know how you can push blocks into hopper mine carts? You know what I'm talking about? Yes, yep. Foxy?
Yeah.
Everybody else? Mm-hmm. And then just put magma cubes there. So it just pulls the mobs down. So they're either going to drown or they're going to die one way or another.
So basically what you're saying is put some magma cubes and a 4x4 not that high above those sea lanterns with minecart hoppers stuck inside them and just let the water flow into it. The bubble columns will suck the animals down and they will die, and then we don't need Johnny.
Yeah, don't need no Johnny.
Would make our lives a lot easier. Do you know what we should do, Slack? We should hop into the I was going to say hop into a creative world and just see that happening. See if that happens. And if that happens, then we don't need Johnny. But I was looking forward to adding Johnny. Okay, Slack and I are on a creative copy of the Truly Bedrock realm. We have added extra water in here, and if we go underneath, you will see exactly what's going on. We have basically got a 2x2 magma block bubble column sucking things down with some hopper minecarts stuck inside the magma blocks and a chest underneath. Slack has gone to the top. Hopefully, we're going to get some actual passive mobs spawning and then falling down here. That would be rather nice. They are floating. Are they going to make it down, or are they going to... They go, oh, it's gone in. It's gone in. Now, the baby ones, obviously, we're not going to get anything from, but it did die on the magma blocks, and there goes one of the adult ones. And there we go, chicken and feathers. That works very, very well, Slack.
It worked. It worked.
And how easy was that to do? I know we're in creative, but how easy was that?
That was really easy. That was
really,
Look, here comes
easy.
Another one. Here comes another one. And
it goes.
Gone.
Now, what we ought to do is some sort of rate test, really, to make sure this is actually going to be okay. And I'd also like to take some of that water away and put a Johnny there just to see what would have happened.
That's not bad.
It's not really, is it? I mean, it's half of what I had before, but it's not bad. What's that then? 463. So it's a third of what I had when I did it before.
Yeah, it's easily expandable. Easily.
Well, 431, so it's actually pretty much the same as the last one.
Yeah.
Let's try a Johnny. Okay, as you can see in front of me, I am in creative mode, and there is Johnny right there who has been killing mobs for us. Slack and I have done a couple of tests now. We've done one with just the water going straight down into magma blocks and killing the animals, and we've done one with Johnny, and the difference is quite substantial. With the ones with the water column is obviously better because you don't need Johnny, and there's no risk of Johnny despawning. But the animals did get caught up on the edge of blocks and they took a while to die, resulting in the fact that because Johnny kills them so quickly, there's a difference of over 100 items per hour, which means that Johnny is by far the winner, considering without him it's 400 drops and with him it's 500. So that's a big chunk. That's a
difference.
25% increase by using Johnny. Right, Slack and I are back over at the mob farm. We have been in creative doing various tests, and outside of that we've had a conversation and we're not happy. We're not happy with the rates on this thing as it is. It's too small, and we're not happy about the fact that we are going to have to AFK at this for pretty much quite a long time to get a decent number of resources from this. The other thing to consider is we are playing on a multiplayer realm. The other players live in areas where passive animals will be, which will, like, for instance, Sloy, who's just logged in, will take up the passive mob cap when he's around. So what we're doing is we're making the entire thing bigger. We're going to keep that 2x2 chunk platform at the top, which kind of works. You saw the animals down at the bottom. And we're also going to build a giant ring, a big donut around the AFK point horizontally, which will bring more spawning spaces effectively for the mobs all the way around the player, which will be amazing. And then we could potentially extend the top bit as well to maximize that. So we're going to be potentially maximizing on all accounts, and we should be able to get pretty good rates out of this thing. The only thing to be worrying about now is the fact that Slack has left the gate open over here where he's working out there, and there's lots of animals on the platform that might wander off. So you might want to put your wall back, Slack.
Kill
Where's
Foxy.
the walls?
Chop. Oh, but if you use the trident killer down there on the animals, you could hit them with looting.
Well, we could add it in. I really don't care, but I think Johnny will do a better job. Right then, we are making progress. We have expanded the bottom platform out to a ridiculous amount now. It is many, many chunks. I don't have my chunk visualizer on, but it did take quite a long time of us placing many, many slabs. As you can see, it's huge. And we've started working on the outer ring, or basically the donut ring of where the new grass layers are going to be. So I've been working on this external ring here, measuring it out, and I'm using a website called donutstudios.com, DONAT studios.com, pixel circle generator, and basically you tell it how big you want your circle and it will give you the pixel grid, and I'm just copying from that. So I've got 3/4 to go, and Slack is currently putting in the dirt and grass lattice, which is exactly basically what we've got up here. But down there's no buttons on it yet, and you can see we've already had a couple of chickens spawning on there, so it's working, which is good news. We don't have a collection system in for it yet. This has got to become a lot bigger to catch everything, but it's coming together. I'm all out of buttons, Slack.
I'm in the process of acquiring stone.
Oh, we got zombies up here, and spiders, and sheepses. Zombie villager. We needed a zombie villager.
Yeah, if we want to actually trigger the raid, while you got one there, we could cure a guy, so we might as well.
If I could turn this slow falling potion into a splash slow falling potion, then I just need one piece of gunpowder. Good job I got my ender chest with me. And then I just push him off and he'll survive. Right, there we know. We're nearly brewed. I'm brewing whilst on the big ring at the top, by the way.
Emergency brewing, huh?
Yeah, emergency brewing. It's a good job. This is why you should keep brewing stands on you in your potion brewing stand box.
I do. Right. I do have a brewing stand box.
No, before I splash him, I'm going to put this stuff away so I don't lose it. Grab my ender chest. And I've got to get over to him because he's actually on the next row across from me. And this could be tricky. I could shoot him across, but if he hits me, he's going to hurt on my thorns. So I'm going to take my thorns off. There's a lot of mobs up here now, by the way. There's loads of skeletons and creepers and all sorts. Right, I'm going to splash him. Oh, it got me a little bit as well. And push him off. No. Yes. Oh, no, I pushed him on to the next one. Fall down. Yes, there he goes. Falling down. Awesome. Now I've got to trap him. He is trapped and encased. Somebody can sleep now. Oh no, they can. I need to make that another block thick because the sunlight will go through slabs, won't it? Okay, we are really making some good progress now. Slack and I have been filling in this lattice section of the grass. It doesn't look like much, but believe me, it's a big job. There's a lot to it. There's a heck of a lot more down there than we had going on with this top bit, and you might have noticed that this top bit is now circular as well. There's a few things we still need to work out, i.e. how the collection system's going to work. Also, we're not sure whether the torches being on top actually stop spawning or not. If we get rid of them, we could potentially have this as a dual passive and hostile mob farm, but if we use hostile mobs, there is the chance that when we've got Johnny the Vindicator, he won't actually kill them, so we'd have to have a different killing mechanism, which isn't necessarily a problem, but we've already got an amazing mob farm. We don't really need another one, so I would personally rather do just passive, but if the torches are a problem, then we'll pretty much be stuck with both. Okay, then that is the full lattice now in place. No buttons yet, though. So we can now get rid of the internal and external rings, which is a shame because I really like them. But if we keep them there, they're going to just end up with mobs sat on them, not going anywhere. So, yeah we'll get rid of those and start placing many buttons. Get rid of all my hard work to me. Just do these rings.
Button time. I think I'm going to help you take this down first.
Yeah, you do the same bit as me, Slack. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mine the same blocks. That's teamwork.
Exactly. It makes things go faster.
Yeah. It's costing me a lot. I've gone through probably about a quarter of a shulker box worth of rockets doing this, falling down. There's no wonder our elytras were breaking. Well, it's not doing too bad. Oh. There we go again.
Foxy, you're not what?
That's like Lady in the Tramp. Look, we're going to meet in the middle. We're slurping each other's spaghetti. Right,
I'm going to go do this side.
Well, Slack and I have been placing buttons like maniacs, and I think we're just about done. I'm just going around the outside edge now. I haven't done the inside edge yet, but I'm pretty sure most of that will have been done. I'm just looking for any blocks that haven't got a button on. And if you don't know why we put buttons on, it's basically mobs think that buttons are full blocks, and they will pathfind off them, which is what makes them just naturally fall off this, which is why we don't need any water flushing mechanisms or anything like that. So, yeah, you can see at the moment there's no mobs up here apart from that pig over there, which will probably wander off in a second when he decides he's going to start walking. Let's just go over to him. Here we go. Just fell off. And that's the power of buttons, you see. So we're nearly there. All we need to do after this is literally work on the kill chamber. So
yeah, I mean, the bulk of the build's done. Well, we still got to place another floor to water stream it all into one place if that's how we're going to do it.
Right, okay.
No, we don't need to see.
Wow. Okay, so we've just done a rate test based on this design. As you can see, we've got a few mobs down here because we've not lit up, but that's fine. That's not going to affect anything. We are killing chickens instantly because they don't die from fall damage, which will affect rates if we do it properly. And obviously we're cheating the items into a chest rather than using a collection system at the minute, which is effectively the same. So this is going to be faster than we get in survival, but compared to what we got last time, that's ridiculous. Yeah, look at that for 1 hour. 1 hour. Let me work out what that is. 2,360 items per hour. That is what we could get from this if we had a perfect killing system. So I would estimate by the time we've done this all with water streams going towards Johnny, we're more likely to have that around about maybe 1,800, 2,000, something like that. But that's a lot. For 1 hour, that's a lot. That's made a massive difference. We've gone up from 400 items per hour to, 500 items per hour to, we've basically 400% increase, is it? Something like that?
Yeah. Since we're doing tests right now, we're going to do multiple tests. I want to do another silly test, Foxy.
Go on.
I want to make it night and run this at night for 1 hour.
Okay. Well, let's see what we get in terms of hostiles.
Hostile mixed in with that. I'm really curious. Considering that we're only going to be getting surface cap. That's it. Okay. So we need to light this up down here. I've just got to know. I've got to know.
Let me just turn mob spawning off then. Let me kill everything again. Okay, moment of truth time, a day and night cycle with hostiles and passive mobs. What's the damage, Slack? Have we won? Did we break the internet? Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, majority of that, somehow we've got grass blocks in there. I don't know how that's happened. But the majority of that is passive. I mean, if I just take out the meat alone and the leather, because that's the bits we're interested in. We're not really bothered about the wool. It's the meat and the leather we really want.
we got another wool and string farm.
Yeah. 1,446 just meat and leather, which is amazing for 1 hour. Yeah. And we got all of that hostile stuff as well. Granted, it's mostly zombies, a little bit of gunpowder, and some string and bones and arrows. So to be honest with you, the hostile side of it, I'm not actually bothered about in the slightest.
No, me neither. I was just curious, was all. Yeah, I don't want to turn it into a hostile mob farm. We already got one, but yeah.
Okay, we have fully covered the meat waffle in torches. We can now run this as a purely passive mob farm day and night. Are you ready to do this, Slack? Let's get the command block systems ready. I'm excited. Have you got an idea on how many drops you think we're going to get from our meat waffle?
I don't think it's going to make a bit of a difference, but we will see.
Okay.
I don't think the torches are going to affect it at all. Now watch, they will. That's just my luck with me and you.
The results are very, very good, if you don't mind me saying so myself. Right, okay, let's sort this out into stacks of 64. That's more than last time. I think it might be. That's a good haul. That's a good haul for that. Yeah, this isn't a bad mob farm, as it turns out, Slack. 2,577 items per hour. 2,500 items per hour is good enough for me. Is it good enough for you?
That's good enough for me. That's based on them falling. So now we need to test collection systems.
Yes. Now, that's a lot of effort to just test. Do you think we should just wing it and come up with one and hope for the best, or do you think we should actually test it? Because that's a lot of blocks to place just in creative, regardless of doing it on survival.
Well, that draws us to two questions. It really does.
Okay.
Do we want to use a Johnny and water stream it? No, water stream. We're going to need water streams. We are.
Yeah.
Or do we want to use magma and rails as a collection system?
It's a big area to do magma and rails, a really big area. And without the rails stopping regularly, if we unload the area, there's a good chance of those minecarts despawning.
Then our rates are probably going to be substantially different.
It took us, what, 3 double chests worth of stone to slab that out, and that's half slabs. So that's effectively 3 sugar boxes. So that's like 3 double chests worth of magma blocks just to do that. And then the same again for rail. I don't know how much iron you've got, but I don't have much.
We would have to do this center section 8 more times. So it's a 9x9 of 4 chunks each. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's a 6x6. I don't think I have that many rails.
No, I think realistically, as much as I would like to do the whole thing out of magma blocks and rails, I don't think that's a possibility.
So we're just gonna put a big platform and push them all to the middle.
I think that's the only way we're really going to do it. Okay, over a week and a half has passed, believe it or not, since Slack and I recorded that last clip, and we have both been very busy. Since that time, you've seen Slack push me off the mob farm and ruin that, and everyone needing to slab it. We've done more live streams, we've been streaming on Twitch, we've been doing all sorts, and I spent a good maybe half an hour working out the circles for basically doing this to finish it off. So basically what we're going to do is have circles going out like this and have water running down to the center and Johnny sat in the center, hopefully killing. Now, I've done no testing. We've done no creative tests. I'm hoping very much that this works. I've used the circle generator to create these curves, and I've done just about a quarter of it. And it takes a long time, and it's easy to get wrong, and I don't really want to do anything else without Slack. I kind of want Slack involved with the rest of this. I don't want to just do it on my own. As you can tell, he's not here at the moment, and there is a chicken down here somehow. Hey, you chicken, get out of it. So yeah, it's been a while, and it's probably going to be a while before we get to come back to it. I am doing live streams. There is a possibility I might work on some of this in a live stream, but I don't want to finish it off without Slack. So hopefully we can come together at some point and continue. But in the meantime, I would like to say, as usual, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do please leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!